Hi guys, so we can see NFP coming in couple of hours. So we can see that average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change and unemployment rate. So it's almost at the end of the week and we could see significant movement in the market including XAU USD. So in this video, I'm going to do a complete multi-time frame analysis and what we can expect during the NFP. Before I do the full analysis, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. So let's first begin with the higher time frame, looking at the monthly chart to see overall direction in the market, as higher time frame will give us clear direction, removing all the noise from the lower time frame. So looking at the monthly, as you have seen in my previous analysis as well, we discussed that this is a long-term bull market. We can see there is a monthly impulse followed by pullback, and we can see the market is another impulsive phase. So previous months we saw that there is a candle which is basically a bull candle, and as a result we saw that this month, after initial gap opening, the market managed to bounce, and at the same time the price now struggling to break the high. As we can see, the price almost crossed at 50% of this long week on the monthly, and I think that we might see a retest of this gap opening on the monthly before it bounce back up, or maybe coming down for a deeper pullback. If we look at here, we can see that this market is overly extended. We might see potential deeper pullback. Dropping down to the weekly chart to see, we can see that from the weekly, this is strongly bull market. In fact, we can see there is an inverted head and shoulder here, and also there is a bounce pullback, and the market is forming series of higher high and higher low. We saw that there are three important doji formation, followed by, from the weekly, after back to back 3 weeks of bull move. Here what we can see from the weekly, that there is a doji as well. Now at the same time, if we closely look at, we can see the price is almost hitting that weekly resistance line, and because the price hitting that weekly resistance, we could see that XAUUSD after retest. I think that with the NFP data coming negative for XAUUSD, we might see another retest on XAUUSD from the weekly. That might lead this price to come back down again to this support level, and where you can see weekly support here. If we look at the daily chart on XAUUSD, we can see that from the daily, this is also bullish market. There is an impulse correction, another bigger impulse. We can see that there is a deeper correction here on the daily, and back to back 2 days of doji formation, followed by the today's candle. We can see after retest of the support, we have seen initial bounce, expecting for XAUUSD to come back down again to the support level. And as we see, the market is rejecting from that resistance and series of lower high formation in those area. We could see that from the daily, the market most likely could come back down again. As we can see, there is a long wick here, and also here is a gap open. This is a liquidity zone, and as the price moves from liquidity to liquidity, we can expect on XAUUSD to drop down to fill that long wick and then to create a new lower low. So looking at the 4-hour perspective, we can see that there is an inverted head and shoulder here, and we have seen the price try to break to the upside, but at the same time it's forming series of lower high in that area. Therefore, let's look at the 15-minute chart to see, in fact, how the market structure is evolving. Now here is what we can see, that there is a head and shoulder. We can see the left shoulder, right shoulder, head, and in those head and shoulder, we can see that XAUUSD, most likely we could see a breakdown with the NFP. What I think that, as if we look at in the past, we can see this is a resistance line here, resistance here, which is an important level of resistance. Also resistance here, which is currently tested and form a typical head, left shoulder, and the right shoulder. And in those area, what we can expect on XAUUSD for the market to break below, and this is where I will be waiting for a potential price action confirmation. As we can see, the price managed to break below, forming a head and shoulder, and we might see that liquidity candle formation in that area. So as soon as we will find suitable entry confirmation, we will be looking for going short on XAUUSD with a high probability trade setup. Traders, if you enjoy this analysis, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Thank you, and I'll see you soon in my next analysis.